folks, welcome back. I'm Chris and I'm your Commander Mechanic. Here on the channel, we like to do more than just look at deck lists. We like to talk about the core philosophies around this fantastic format of Commander. And today, we're starting with power levels. One of the greatest things about Commander is that you can walk into a room of strangers and just shout, "Commander!" and you'll get a full pod of people willing to play with you. But the difficulty is assessing the power level difference across random decks. Who is running a tier 1 competitive deck, and who's got the first deck that they've built at home in their spare time? Some have tried to create a power level scale. Most famously, ChannelFireball created this 10-point scale to consider when attending Magic Fests. Other content creators like the Prof at Tolarian Community College, along with Rules Committee member Olivia Goldfish, did an episode on his podcast about this subject matter in particular. I'll link it in the description. But even with this 10-point scale, I find that there's a lot of personal bias that can skew this self-governing system. Someone might say that their Minotaur tribal deck is a power level 9 because it wins in their home pod quite often. Or somebody trying to build a tier 1 competitive deck might say that their deck is a 6 on the power scale because they're missing only a few key pieces. I prefer a much more simplified 5-point scale with clear definitions as to whether a deck belongs to specific power levels. This way, it's an objective scale as opposed to a subjective scale. Let's take a look. Tier 1 is unfocused. This is the entry point for most new to Commander players who are making a deck out of cards they just have available. These decks lack synergy and often use cards just for the sake of filling a spot. They might be full of draft chaff or subpar cards from limited card pool formats. Level 2 is what I call focused. These are decks that have a theme in mind, some kind of gimmick or some kind of unifying factor. This tier includes out-of-the-box precons, decks with silly themes like the famous Ladies Looking Left deck from MTGGoldfish's Commander Clash, or Star City Games' Commander Versus series chair-themed deck, or even decks built around doing something in particular that's just funny, like making flying blue Minotaur tokens. Level 3 is the streamlined tier. These decks have a goal in mind and are working towards it specifically. These decks are tight and have synergies to them. Clear mind has been paid to card choices and interactions, but these decks purposely avoid infinite combos and may end through combat damage or specific interactions. These are decks like Jeremy Knowles' Villainous Wealth deck, for instance, which tries to win through using its opponent's deck through repeated use of the spell Villainous Wealth. Level 4 is our tuned level. These are decks that are starting to become optimized and are full of interactions and synergies. This is the tier that starts to introduce infinite combos, though they may be 4 or 5 card combos. These decks start to have some tutors in them and likely use their commanders as combo pieces or value engines. These decks don't run all of the tutors, they may be missing some fast mana, and likely involve some form of self-restriction to avoid them from reaching peak efficiency. Level 5 is our optimized tier, or for most, this is where competitive decks fall. These are decks looking to stop others from playing the game or win as quickly as possible. These decks run the best cards in the best colors and have little room for flexibility. These are going to be the decks you see from Play to Win, or the Spike Feeders, or Casually Competitive, or Playing with Power. These are the top of the power level curve in EDH. With this power level scale in mind, there's no room for interpretation about which tier your deck belongs in. Can your Teshar deck go infinite, even if it's with 3 or 4 cards? Then it's a power level 4. Are you running tutors and Mana Crypt, but it's in a deck that's Homunculus Tribal? That's a power level 3. Are you running numerous tutors, fetch lands, all of the fast mana, and are trying to win with Demonic Consultation and Thassa's Oracle? Then you're a tier 5. Ask yourself these questions. Does my deck have a theme? Do many of my cards work well together? Do I have any infinite combos? Am I trying to combo win as quickly as possible? If you're answering yes to any of these questions, congratulations, you've found out where your deck lies on this power scale. Let me know what you think about this method on Twitter or in the comments on this video. I'm interested to know if you think that there's any room for flexible interpretation in here, because this can be a unifying way for us all to know that we're sitting down on an even playing field, even if it's up against strangers. Let me know if you factored this into your playstyle as well, and how it's working for you. For more from me, your Commander Mechanic, subscribe here today. Follow me on Twitter as well for notifications about when new videos go up and questions that may factor into our next philosophy video. Until next time, good luck and have fun. As always, keep in mind that Commander is about having fun your way, and all of this is just advice. There is no right or wrong way to play EDH. If you want to submit a deck for a tune-up, you can email me at cmdrmechanic@gmail.com or find me on Twitter at cmdrmechanic. Or you can even leave a comment on this video. I'll read them all. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more tune-ups. Until next time, good luck and have fun.